Are you looking around to get into an electric vehicle, especially with the higher gas and diesel prices nowadays? And maybe, hey, you've looked at a car like this and wondered to yourself, is it the one right for me? Watch this video to find out more. This video is brought to you by Plug and Drive. Click the link below to learn more about the Electric Vehicle Discovery Center and available incentives in your area. And by viewers like you. Thank you. Welcome back, folks. My name is Rohan, and today we have the 2017 Nissan Leaf. This is the Gen 1 vehicle with 200 kilometer expected range, a 30 kilowatt hour pack, and you might be thinking to yourself, is a vehicle something like this the one right for you? So today I'm gonna give you the top 5 reasons on why this vehicle, especially for beginners, is the one for you. Number 1 would be range. When you're looking into electric vehicles, you're always thinking to yourself, hey, do I want this pack or that pack? What kind of battery pack I should be looking at, what's the range, what's the efficiency. Of course, there's a whole bunch of numbers that they will toss at you, especially for veterans like me that have been driving electric vehicles for many years, and I've test driven quite a lot of vehicles. This vehicle I've driven on a road trip just a few days ago to York and back, so that's about a 900 kilometer total trip, and I would say I was able to get well around 180 kilometers of range on this one, so it does meet the needs of most people. Now the average driver will drive around 60 to 80 kilometers per day for daily work purposes, for school and whatnot, but even for road trips, even getting 150 kilometers of range is amazing. What you should be looking at is if the vehicle's state of health, and this can be done at the if you buy an OBD2 port with the respective Android app, and you can actually see the state of health for the vehicle. This one is sitting at around 80% of health, which means it's lost 20% in about 5 years now, which is okay, it's decent, but I believe this vehicle could be getting a lot better. I've been able to get 180 kilometers, although the owner has mentioned he's getting about 150 to 160 with the heat on. Number 2 would be space. So especially when you look at this vehicle from the back and then you look at it from the side, you might be thinking, hey, this kind of looks like a smart car, or maybe a Toyota Prius, or even something smaller, and how does it fit? Well, I can comfortably say you can fit 4 adults in here, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. There is a middle seat, however, there is a small hump right in the middle. Not sure why Nissan did this, maybe for structuring reasons, but if we actually take out the if we open up the back, okay, so let's get out our laser distance measure here and see what you can fit in here. Now on the road trip that I took, I was able to fit about 2 carry-on suitcases with a blanket, a pillow, and 2 clever made boxes, and those were about 32 liters each. But of course, if you want the definitive measurements here, let us get into length. So the distance from the lip right here right up to the back of the seat right there would be about 80.6 centimeters. And of course we'd want the height, of course not blocking the rear view mirror, so I would count it basically from this height downwards, and if we were to do an approximate measurement, I would say somewhere around here would be about 79.05 centimeters to the ground, and then the opening right here would be about 105 centimeters for the opening, but then inside it actually gets a lot deeper, and we'd actually be looking at about 116 centimeters. So yeah, you can actually fit quite a lot in there, and even for the people inside, you can see there's a lot of room in there. You're not going to be bumping heads or anything, so yeah, this vehicle would have the space that you definitely want. It's not the kind of space that you'd see in a minivan, or in a it's not the kind of space that you'd see in a minivan or in a SUV, but it's quite respectable for a small car like this. Now, number 3 would be being able to do repairs or upgrades on this vehicle. Now, the only thing that this vehicle has ever needed is brakes and tires. You can do quite a lot of other things, like upgrading the lights here to LED, which I definitely recommend. They're only about $129 for both bulbs, and switching them to LED is highly recommended. By default, from the factory, they come with halogens. Not the brightest in the world, but yeah, definitely get the LEDs done. And then I would probably say the other thing to look at would be the passenger light right up there. It's a small DE3175 bulb for about $14 that you can buy from Canadian Tire, and it brightens up this whole space when the door opens up. And my number 4 reason for buying this vehicle would be for the DC fast charging. There are a few vehicles, especially in the similar price category, that does not come with DC fast charging, but that is something that you definitely want to have. When you do road trips, you're gonna need that. Now, there are some vehicles like the Chevrolet Bolt that have the fast charging option only at 38 kilowatts, and then some like the iMeave and the plug-in hybrids especially don't even come with it, because you don't need it. But this one has the CHAdeMO. While it is an older standard, it does charge up to 50 kilowatts, which is plenty fast, and you can expect a 0 to 80% in about 30 minutes. It also has the J1772 port here for your slow charging. That's gonna take a few hours, but you can normally find the J1772 ports, level 2 chargers at a lot of public stations, either for free or a very small cost. My number 5 reason for choosing this vehicle would be drivability and comfortability. This vehicle, especially with all the seats, are really nice. Whether you choose the base model with the basic cloth options or the more premium models, you're going to get full lumbar support, no back pain, lots of seating options. You can customize the vehicle the way you like, and of course lots of room for your legs, for the driver, the passenger, and even for the people in the back. Now, of course, there is this dip in the floor, so I would not recommend having more than 4 adults sitting here. When I say 4, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Of course, less is better, but if you do need to fit another person in the back, just be sure that they're a kid or something. They're not going to want to sit here for too long, but 2 adults easily can fit here with the person in the front. Lots of space here, and really nice. There is cup holder options, and of course these seats are 60-40 split. So if you do have road trips to have multiple luggages, or maybe you have a ski or snowboarding trip somewhere, you can fit those items easily. And that's just the trunk there. So it's with the seats folded down, I'd say you have double the amount of space from the trunk. But I've always done road trips with the seats folded up, and I've never had a problem. Of course, this vehicle, the owner actually has himself, his wife, and two small children here, so there are car seats here usually, and he really enjoys this vehicle quite a lot. And so yeah, there you go. There's the 5 reasons to buy this vehicle. Of course, look around on AutoTrader, Kijiji, Craigslist, and many other websites. If you can find this vehicle around $15,000 to $20,000, good for you. If it's anything more expensive, probably look elsewhere. This vehicle is pretty much at the end of the line for Nissan, although they haven't really confirmed that. It's safe to say so, especially with their newer Nissan Ariya SUV coming out, and some of the newer vehicles from other manufacturers doing much better, newer technology and whatnot. But for an amateur or for a beginner, this vehicle is going to be great for you. Going to replace that gasoline car. It's going to cost you about $200 a week on gas. This is going to cost you just around $40 a month on electricity. So what do you guys think? Would you take this car for a spin? Would you take it for a road trip? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want me to review your car or any other car, just let me know and we'll go from there. Until next time, everyone, take care.